All right. We are firing this up. It's just a little bit after 4 o'clock here in Utah, and you have joined what we are calling part of our 1-2-3-2 series of calls, and the 1-2 stands for the first Tuesday. So this happens to be the first Tuesday of November, and it happens to be the first 1-2 call. So we're excited today to have with us Chairman and Founder and Board Member, Mr. Aaron Garrity. He just gave a very, very discreet nod to the whole phone call.
I hope you guys heard that nod.
They can feel it, Aaron. They can sense it with your power.
Good energy.
Yes, thank you.
And that other voice you hear is Mr. Joe Morton, founder and board member, and the man in charge of U.S.-Canada market. Hey, Joe.
Dave, so great to be with you, and of course, my good partner, Aaron Garrity.
We are excited today because, again, this is the first of what this call, the first opportunity we have on this call. Again, we call it the 1-2 for the first Tuesday, and it has a subtitle of Get Going. And the 3-2 call, which is the third Tuesday of every month, also 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock on that third Tuesday, that's the Get Growing call for people who are into the business and are ready to go and get tactics and strategies for the actual building of their business. This is the first call. This is the welcome call. So we are looking for the majority of the callers attending with us right now to be new people, new customers, new distributors who have just signed up. What in the world have I just gotten into? Well, you've gotten into something awesome, and we're going to share that with you right now. My name is Dave Webb, and I am the Vice President of Communications. It's my honor and thrill to be able to share just a quick snapshot overview, hopefully in full support of what you heard when you signed up, maybe to open up a couple more questions that you can have with your upline or your sponsor or the person who introduced you, but also so that you can have a little bit more background and validation for this great decision that you've made. So I'm going to get into a quick overview and background of the company from its humble beginnings. And if you know Aaron, you know humble beginnings are very hard because he is a proud man who does great work.
Thank you.
But our humble beginnings about, well, gosh, we're coming up right on 12 years ago. I mean, this is
today.
As of today.
today.
We actually shipped product for the first time.
That's right.
No, we took first application.
First applications
the
taking
Wayne Dyer's
November
being
4.
number one.
Awesome. So 12 years ago today, we actually took our first orders, took all the applications for distributors, and began as a business. Now, we launched, technically incorporated, September 11th of 2002. But the first day of really opening the doors and taking business to begin, November 4th of 2002. So today is the 12th birthday of this phenomenal opportunity and endeavor. And I want to just do a quick background on why we are the company we are. I'm going to start with a little something called Joe's story. I'm going to take you into things that talk about our products, our compensation, and our culture. And then we get a special, unique opportunity for some Q&A with the man and the men right here, Aaron and Gordon, or Aaron and Joe. One of the Morton brothers is going to be here, and I believe it's not Gordon at all. So, really quickly, and it's really funny to have Joe here, and I'm telling Joe's story, but I want to get into it really quickly for the overview. Joe Morton grew up in a household of natural products, knowing that what came from Mother Nature was good for you and could take care of many, many things. Mom, Gabriella, had a health food store. Dad, Gordon Sr., had a network marketing business, like the whole country manager for a company for the whole of Canada.
And let me just interject there, Dave. You know, this was in the early 70s, when health and wellness wasn't even on the minds of anybody. Right. I mean, we were eating TV dinners at that point. We were just talking about TV dinners. But that is the environment that Joe and Gordon grew up in. Yeah. I mean, it was new. They were on the cutting edge of a brand new industry that was emerging.
And I wasn't eating TV dinners.
Never had one.
I've never had one.
But that feeds to the information, which is you had this background of knowing about, and I can't even name them all off, black cohosh, bitterroot, soy, ginseng, echinacea, ginkgo biloba. You knew all those things before even Western medicine began talking about those kinds of supplements. So fast forward a number of years, you find yourself living in Southeast Asia, talking about Joe, and he encounters a fruit called mangosteen. Now, the first half of the word says mango, and you're thinking that great tropical fruit that you peel off and it's a golden color and it's tasty. Not related. Just in the first two syllables of the word. Mangosteen is itself a small fruit about the size of your palm or your fist balled up, and it's got this delicious white interior. The fleshy part, the pulp, is this delicious, unbelievably tasty fruit. I tease that it's a combination of peaches, kiwi, banana, and Oreo cream filling.
Referred to as the queen of fruits.
The queen of fruits.
A number of centuries.
Because Queen Victoria was said to offer knighthood to anyone who could deliver to her fresh mangosteen. Now, that was just for the flavor of it. And Joe, you already had your background knowing that not only is network marketing a great business model, but also that natural products and herbs and roots and leaves and bark and all the crazy things your mom made you try, that there were great things to be found in nature. So Joe is in Southeast Asia, tastes the fruit mangosteen, and not only tastes it and enjoys it, but Joe has the extra questions. This is our joke around the company. Joe didn't discover mangosteen because it had been eaten for centuries. I mean, how many businessmen and servicemen and missionaries and students and travelers and vacationers had tasted mangosteen but didn't know what to do with it? But you get someone with the background of Joe Morton, growing up in a natural products household with a network marketing background, and Joe says, what else can you tell me about this fruit? So he learns from the natives in Southeast Asia that it's used for all kinds of things. I don't want to get into every single bit of it, but it has uses inside and outside the body. It has a chemical compound called xanthones, and the XAN part of xanthones you'll recognize as the first three letters of XANGO. And then the GO comes from the middle of the word mangosteen. So we've got this phenomenal collection of xanthones and nutritional properties within a fruit that nobody outside of Southeast Asia had heard of, except the intrepid explorers who went back to Queen Victoria and said, you've got to try more of this stuff, and she couldn't get it. So we fast forward now to where Joe is visiting the country, tastes the fruit, and realizes it's got a lot more than just a great flavor. And so he asks his brother, who happens to be a PhD doctoral student in medical studies and has since become a medical professor at a major leading medical university here in the United States, Brother David, what can you tell me about this fruit mangosteen? So David does some research. Now, we're going back early days of the Internet, so he had to actually have papers and books and research periodicals, and David went back through the centuries and literally found a stack. I'm holding up my hands about 1.5 feet apart. And they found a stack of evidence and research talking about this compound xanthones in the mangosteen fruit. Now, when David read up on what these compounds do, the mangosteen is loaded with these compound xanthones that have properties like being antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. All the buzzwords that we're talking about today, the people of Southeast Asia used in their mangosteen without knowing what the words were. We joke a little bit about how people talked about vitamin C being a great cure for scurvy. Well, it wasn't a cure for scurvy. It just gave your body what it needed so you didn't get scurvy. And so the natives of that area of the world used mangosteen for all kinds of conditions. Inside the body, on the outside of the body, they boiled it and put it into a tea. They put it in a poultice on their skin conditions, and nobody outside of Southeast Asia had had that experience. So Joe takes his background, takes his experience and his connections, and he says, what if this were a network marketing company based on the most potent delivery of this fruit? And that delivery is a natural fruit juice. So we launched XANGO Juice, the company's first product, and for 5 or so years, the only product. And it became a billion-dollar brand because people could taste the juice, and if it tastes great and works for you, you've got an unbeatable combination. So hopefully everybody on this call has had a chance to taste XANGO Juice and try some of the other products, of course. We've branched into some phenomenal products that have to do with aging. Well, anti-aging. I don't want to have to do anything with aging, but we want to be combating aging, and to combat the signs of aging and actually the sources and causes of aging, we've got a panoply, a full collective group of products that are going to change your lives. But it starts with XANGO Juice. That's where we began, and it's been now 12 years today. Happy birthday, boys. Congratulations on a phenomenal worldwide endeavor. So 12 years ago, a humble product, one product called XANGO Juice, and now more than 40 markets. Any quick reflection on where that's taken you in the last little bit?
Well, to say the least, Dave, and thanks for your summary of that story. It's an incredible story, and certainly one of the defining factors of what makes XANGO so special. You know, and you fast forward here 12 years from that date, and we have delivered every step of the way what we said we would set out to do, taking a brand that incorporated this incredible botanical, very well known throughout Southeast Asia, and very well utilized for centuries in their traditional medicines. And we would tell the story and bring it to market. And here we are in 43 countries across the world. Every single person who's on this call for the first time on a XANGO call, congratulations. You've actually chosen the right company. The right company where you can dream and you can fulfill your dreams by working a business and a business opportunity that is second to none. And it's just a pleasure to be with all of you here today.
Aaron, thank you. I'm going to jump on this really quick because apparently I am long-winded, and we are now about halfway through the call. And I want to get to where Aaron is going to share some of his vision and some of the key elements that set XANGO apart. But one of those key elements is that business opportunity that Aaron mentioned. And we like to talk about the XANGO compensation plan as being the standard bearer for all network marketing compensation plans. And we can say that because of a couple of things. One is what we call a 50% commissionable volume payout. And I want you to hear the importance of those words because I did not use the words up to 50% or as much as 50%. There's a big difference there. Our compensation plan always pays 50%. And that's one of the great reaffirming notions about being involved with a company that legitimately has a 50-50 partnership with the field. We cannot be successful as a company, as individuals within the company, unless the field and the distributors and the consumers are having success themselves. So when we say 50-50, or that we always pay 50% commissionable volume, that includes something we call dynamic compression. So just as a quick overview, if you're in a position, let's say it's 1K, that's the first level of leadership within XANGO, a 1K is entitled to 4 levels of compensation. These are pretty universal principles and concepts. We just happen to have maximized it. We've figured it out. We've cracked the code. And a 1K with 4 levels of access for commissions actually sometimes receives beyond 4 levels because we have to pay that 50%. Probably better to say we get to pay that 50%. That sets us apart. That makes your business more stable, has more potential for income opportunity, has multiple streams of income from things like commissions, from bonuses, weekly bonuses, monthly bonuses. So as we get ready now to talk about where this culture can lead us, the culture of paying 50%, of having the greatest products in the world, we have to talk about the culture and these events. We're gearing up for an event next September, the XANGO Rush Convention. And that's going to be where everybody comes together, we get the latest and greatest information on what this company offers, and you meet people from around the world doing the same kind of things you do. Aaron, or Joe, first you, give us a quick overview of what you think this convention is going to bring.
Well, it's going to bring so many different things will happen at this event. Well, you'll see product launches, you'll see different stories from all around the world, which is absolutely key. What really happens at an event is we are inspired, we are motivated, we are encouraged. Our belief system grows, not in some cases not 1 notch, not 2 notches, sometimes like 10 rungs on the ladder. It just grows so much more because then you see Richard O'Brien talks that story. He's on this call today. He talks about that first time he went to an event and saying, wait a second. If that dude can do it, I can do this, and they all bring this. They all bring this same story, whether you're a 500K or whether you're, and so everyone has those moments at an event where you remember, whoa, that was my event. That was my event, and because our belief system grows and we start to say, wow, I can accomplish this. That person did it, I can do it, and we learn skills, we learn tips, we hear incredible stories that help build our belief. So an event, yes, there'll be product launches, yes, there'll be guest speakers, yes, but really it builds our belief systems. But speaking of guest speakers, Robert Kiyosaki is going to be one of our guests, our main speaker. That in and of itself is a reason that everyone wants to get there. If you're looking for financial freedom in this world and in your lifetime, that's one of the key people, the buzzwords, the buzz leaders in this industry that teaches this. So
he's one of the foremost speakers on that topic. Dave, you asked me a little bit earlier, what is it that makes XANGO so special? First of all, it's that basic story that you told, the Joe Morton story. I mean, without Joe, this company would not be. And I thank my lucky stars for the fact that, one, he was born into this world, but he was raised by such incredible parents that would give him the opportunity to learn about botanicals, so that when he discovered mangosteen, ultimately, like you said, not that it was any miraculous discovery, but he knew enough to know that this is something that wasn't in the market that could be brought to the market. And I think even to elaborate on that, guys, the mangosteen is throughout all of the product lines. I know there are people on this call who have come into the business on XANGO alone, who have come into the business on the Pro Packs, some of the Limitless, Ignite, Reload, our ageless product. Every single one of them is doused and loaded with these incredible xanthones that are found in the mangosteen. And the science has only begun on this incredible botanical. So keep that in mind. You might be just sitting back saying, okay, here are the things that got me into this company. First, the products. The products work. You want to get on the products. If you've only tried one of the products, make sure that you take the time to look in your back office or get with your upline and discover what the other products are. And as those products move throughout your organization, reward follows. Reward meaning this compensation plan that Dave talked about. The rewards have never been greater in the history of direct sales. In terms of our compensation plan pays 50% out. Now, think about that for a second. What does it mean for you? 50% payout is essentially for a $35 investment of getting into the business in the first place. You don't have to do anything but talk about your business. You don't have to invest in a corner lot, build a structure, hire employees, get inventory, get cash register machines, have a banking partner. This is a business that you can start by signing up today and getting the business going as if you had all of the brick and mortar in a normal franchise business or a mom and pop shop that you were opening up in your local mall. This is the most liberating form of business found in quite frankly, the world. And so, again, congratulations on making the right decision. Not only did you choose the right industry, but you chose the right company, XANGO. And those unique products have only begun to start.
Perfect. Well, Aaron, as we're celebrating the 12th birthday of this company, you were at the forefront of leading us with your vision and your passion and energy, combined with your partners, and looking into what this could be going forward. Now, looking back, you could say, oh, we had it all figured out. We knew exactly how it was going to go. But tell us for real, on the first days, weeks, months of the company, what was your vision for XANGO going forward? Here we are 12 years later talking to brand new customers, brand new distributors. What do they need to know that you have as your vision for this company?
Our vision, the primary purpose of it was to bring this phenomenal botanical to the world. And just making that statement alone suggests that we were going big. There was nothing small in the conception of XANGO. There was never any small thinking. We actually set course to build a billion-dollar brand, to take it to the world, to tell the story of the mangosteen for the first time and allow people over the course of decades to truly, finally understand what is behind this botanical. And in these initial 12 years, that's very young for a health and wellness company, such a young industry in and of itself. We've done that. And, we have many of those leaders who were on the front lines of drawing that line in the sand in the initial days. And a lot of these leaders are now doing the training of teaching others, including those who are on this call, of how to do it themselves, how to build an empire, a global network that pays you residually. It's interesting. We just had a conference in Long Beach, California, where one of our 200K selects spoke to us, and he talked about, okay, so what is residual income really? Well, bottom line is it's income that comes to you again and again and again. I mean, to break it down simply, people who get into the music industry and produce an album or a song, they get residual income every time that album or that song is sold on iTunes or Amazon, wherever it might be, or in the stores. That residual keeps coming every time that song moves. Well, how do you apply that to building a business and establishing your product line, and having it pay again and again and again? Well, this is it. This is the unveiling of a new generation in network marketing, a new generation in direct sales. And when XANGO came to the table in November of 2002 and we opened up our doors, we changed the industry forever. We launched with a brand that people could be proud of. XANGO's been written up as the Google of direct sales, as the iPod of direct marketing. And rightly so, because we changed and turned the industry on its ear from a branding perspective. But that branding would only go so far as the product is effective, as the product works. And here, after 12 years, becoming a multi-billion-dollar brand, I think it's very clear that XANGO, XANGO Juice, Mangosteen, and xanthones, which are found in all of the products that XANGO offers, work. They change lives. They have crossed the globe, and people are building businesses with it. And so when you think about what was that vision to begin with, it was to build something magical, a company that would go to the world, and we've done that. What does that mean for you on the call? You know, if I'm a brand new XANGO distributor, what things should I know and appreciate above all else? And you know, bottom line is this: yes, it's a big company. Yes, it's an established company. Yes, it's a safe company to be a part of, and we've proven that year after year. You know, bottom line is your business grows as you bring business builders into your business. What are business builders? They're people of like mind who want to be distributors with you, who want to be partners. Now, I was talking to a gentleman the other day who was getting ready to enter into one of our many markets in XANGO, and he's like, I want to recruit, you know, 3 people, but you know, I'm just trying to figure out how to do that. And I said, it's not about recruiting; it's about inviting people to be on your team. If you just kind of shift that perspective, it doesn't take much, but you shift the perspective and you say, okay, who's it going to be? You actually send out an invite to 10 of your closest friends, people who you would really like to build a business with. And you say in that email or that communication, that text or Instagram post, whatever it is, you know, by November 20th, right before Thanksgiving weekend, I am going to choose the 3 people who I'm going to build a business with. If you're interested in being a part of my team and we are going global, contact me. Let me know. And it kind of takes the work right out of it, right? So your goal is to just really focus on the invite. There's a lot of leaders on this call who are in your upline. I would say first thing that you do, you guys who are new, you get their numbers, you get their emails, write them down, make sure they know who you are, call them, have a conversation with them. You make sure that you have the order lines of the company in your pocket at all times, so then when it comes time to make an order or bring somebody into the business, you know the numbers to call. You're not looking kind of silly out there as a business builder. You have all of your ducks in a row. You get those forms of communication. You get on our XANGO Facebook site. Like it. Get on Joe Morton's Facebook site, my Facebook, Gordon's, Beverly's, Kent's, and Gary's. Get on our Instagrams. We are out there in social media in the forefront. Make sure that you're a part of that. We will we post more information that you need instant access to via social media than any other form of communication. With that said, you know, make sure that we have your emails so that when emails go out directly from the company, you're getting the direct line of communication. But that's what you do. Get people in line as you bring them into the business, and make sure that they have all of this information ready to go. I would actually add this too, guys. When it comes to inviting people to be a part of the business, make sure that all you're doing is inviting. You don't have to give them the whole pitch. You have upline on this call that can help you help them. And some of these individuals have not only been with the company throughout the duration of its business, but have been in direct sales for decades. They are good. And the more people you get on the line with them, the better you're going to get at actually making the pitch when that time comes. Right now, all you have to do is get really good at inviting. Inviting to the calls, inviting to the monthly calls, inviting to the weekly calls, inviting to the weekly meetings and the monthly meetings and the quarterly meetings and the conventions. Get really good at making the invites. Remember, like I said earlier, build your teams. You build your teams with distributors. You build your volume with customers. But remember, customers, customers can come and go. That's what we do as customers. So you want to focus on both of these groups, distributors and customers, with the ADP function. What does that mean? Automatic delivery. It's built right into the compensation plan of XANGO. If I'm an entrepreneur building a gym in a local market, what am I going to do once I get that gym built and I have all that infrastructure built out, all that money expended? I'm going to actually invite people who live in that community to come to my gym. And once they come and see for themselves what it's like, what do? I sign them up, right? I sign them up for a year. I sign them up on an automatic, essentially, delivery. You make it accessible for them to come to the gym without even thinking about it month after month. That makes your business easy and predictable. And the ADP function in your business is key to growing your business. The more individuals you bring in, customers and distributors alike, on ADP month after month, the more your business becomes predictable. And that residual begins to start. Going back to Jorge's discussion in Long Beach, he actually stated, how much money would you need to make a residual of $300 a month? How much money would you need in the bank? Guys, it's $1 million to make that $300 residual a month. I'm telling you, there are people on this call who made $300 their first week in XANGO, and even much more. So it's an incredible way to build.
Thanks, Aaron. That really is keen insight from the man who is doing it from the leading position of this company. And to kind of support that, we have a great promotion we're running for November and December. We call it the Holiday Hundreds campaign. And that Holiday Hundreds, that becomes available to you. Every distributor on this call, not on this call, whoever you may be, but you guys are getting the head start. Every distributor who signs up 3 distributors, now that's as opposed to customers, these are distributors with an initial order of 100 points. We're going to send you $100. You can do that up to 5 times between now and the end of December. For every 3 distributors you sign up, if they have an initial order of 100 PV, we will give you $100.
In
addition to Power Start, in addition to Customer Connect.
In addition to your commissions. And guys, don't be intimidated by the comp plan here at XANGO. It is the easiest comp plan to understand, bar none, in the industry. And I think, the bottom line is when you start working the business, that's when you start really understanding the comp plan. So let me just leave you with this, Dave. And that promotion, it's incredibly generous. And I know there are people on this call that are going to completely go after those extra hundreds for the holiday season. But let me just leave you with this before I turn it back over to Dave and Joe to close. What's the most important thing you can do right now besides learning how to invite people on your conference calls, on your distributor leadership calls, into your meetings and whatnot? I'm going to say read. Readers are leaders. Some of you may have heard that. Those who read and read the right kind of thing, positive in. Joe has a YouTube channel called Positive In that every single one of you should be listening to every single episode, because it's nothing but positive, and that's really what reading is all about. Aristotle said this: you are what you repeatedly do. If you fill yourself with positive, you actually begin to build a belief system in yourself. You may never have done this business before, but if you're learning from the right people, big thinkers, positive thinkers, action-oriented people, there is no question in my mind that you can achieve anything. As a matter of fact, you were born to achieve anything that you could possibly dream. You just need to believe it. And it's reading from great authors like James Allen, Napoleon Hill, Robert Kiyosaki. The list goes on and on. You can go to my Instagram and see what books right now I'm actually recommending to read, but be consistent in it. Be consistent reading every single day. Fill yourself with that positivity. And, you know, with the promotion that Dave just shared with everyone, we call it Holiday Hundreds, but it's linked directly to this triplication sensation. All you need is 3. Start with 3. Teach your people to do the same. Start with 3. But I want every single person on this call, whether you've been in the business for a year or even 12 years or for 2 days, I want you to write it down. When are you going to break the next rank? Be specific. If you're not specific with your goals, they're really not goals. Every single person in here has the ability, brand new distributors, to become 1K in the next 30 days. There is no reason you can't. As a matter of fact, I talked to a group of people who became 1K in 4 hours. Why? Because they had the connections, they made the calls, they had their upline with them, and people joined the business with them. So the bottom line is, what is your limit? What's going to keep you from either breaking that goal or exceeding that goal? It's really your own mind. And that's why we focus so much on positivity in this company, filling your mind with the right things. Make the goal, write it down. Anyone who's a preferred rep in the business just starting, write it down. By the end of November, you want to go 1K. If you're a 1K already, I'm telling you, by December, let's make the goal to go 5K. The stretch isn't that great, and right now with the incentives we have, we can get it done.
Aaron Garrity, founder, board chairman, and CEO, thanks for those vast words of wisdom and for leading this company. 12 years in, there is more passion and energy around this office than I would dare say in those first few months, because we've got some proof that it's working, and we're just rolling forward. Joe Morton, why don't you close us out?
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Aaron. That was a great training. Boy, I hope you all took notes. That was fantastic, what Aaron just taught us. Very basic principles, but basic principles to success. And let me close with this thought by the great Zig Ziglar. If anyone knows of my upbringing, as Aaron and Dave were describing, I was very much around the health and wellness industry, but also around nothing but positive in. There's a reason why I call my channel Positive In, because my dad is incessant about it and still is to today. If anyone's ever around the man, he's just never down, always up. And Zig Ziglar said this: you were born to win. But to be the winner you were born to be, you must plan to win and prepare to win. Then and only then can you legitimately expect to win. And what you heard from Aaron was powerful stuff. He talked about that you were born to win, but then prepare to win, plan to win. What's your plan? Think about that. When Aaron said, what's your next rank? And success leaves clues, guys. What Aaron taught, I was actually on a call just the other day with Ray Heron, one of our great 500Ks. And eerily, interestingly, there's a lot of similarities, Aaron Garrity. Success leaves clues. You heard from Aaron Garrity, our CEO and chairman of the board. Very successful, one of the most successful people I know. I heard it from Ray Heron just the other day. Almost exact points that were being made about success. How to plan to win. How to prepare to win. You were born to win. Let me tell you that. That is truth. You were born to win. But now is the time to prepare to win. And you've got incredible leaders out there who are teaching those principles. Get with your upline. Get with your sponsor. Talk. Create the plan of action and make it happen. You have control over that. To make it happen. You had incredible incentives. I'm so stoked about this. I'm excited to see what happens. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Dave, for
everybody.
having me on.
Thanks for having us on the call.
Thanks for being here.
Look forward to seeing your growth. Don't forget 3Tue. 3Tue.
1, 2, 3, 2. That's the Get Growing call. We'll have some specific business building tactics and strategies. That's on the third Tuesday of every month.
Before then, everyone get with your uplines, get their numbers, get their contact information, get the contact information of the company. If you don't have it, keep it on you at all times, and let's make it a incredible November season.
Congrats, everybody. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. See ya.